definitely the leader in the space in Europe. And I'd like to point out that, from a young entrepreneur's perspective, better connecting with universities and the students' community, I find it crucial to really, prepare the next generation of entrepreneurs, which has to be much better and much more European. So let's have a much closer cooperation. Thank you very much. So now I'm very happy and honored to introduce Silvia Gatti. Many of us spend a lot of time in airplanes. However, our colleagues had some very innovative ideas on what can you really do in an airplane. So I'm giving a speech to Silvia to present the Social2Business project.
Thank you very much. So I'll tell you a fairy tale today. Social2Business comes from an idea 4 years ago by 4 entrepreneurs. Emiliano Novelli, Ermanno Preo, Luca Fontana, and Paul Renda. They were sitting in front of a cocktail, which is, where bigger ideas usually come from, often, not usually. And they were talking about the fact that we go to meeting conferences many times, and we always spend time with the persons and the people we already know, or we came from with. So they said, why don't we invent something to match the entrepreneurs, to use the power we have, the synergies, to create synergies together. So they also were coming from the experience from UK countries where you do business in much more informal ways, in much more informal events. And it looks like an easy idea right now, but it was not. And they decided to create an event in an informal club, in a formal place, where entrepreneurs would have had the opportunity to meet together. So they set up the place. It was a bar in Milan. They sent out the save the date, the invitation for, and a lot of people said, it will never work, people will never come, they have no time to do these kind of things. And they boomed. 400 people joined the event, and they had to back 300 people. So that's how it started. They were really energized by this outcome, and they decided to increase the level of the thing. At first it was just a dinner, or a cocktail with a dinner, and they had some hostess with an app, so you could exchange the business cards together if you find someone that had your same business or with whom you could do some synergies. So the year later, they played it at the Castello Sforzesco, which is the main castle of Milan, and 1,200 people showed up. They joined it as you're doing together with the central committee of Confindustria in the morning. And then they enlarged the concept, not only speed dates and meetings, but also workshops. So the concept was, if you don't find someone that matches with you, has your same business, or with whom you can do synergies, maybe you will find something else in the workshop. You will come home with something more. So again, 1,200 people showed up, and after 2 years, they decided to increase again the level. So they decided, why just Italians, just in Milan? Let's do something with foreign entrepreneurs. So with the right partner, Vueling, they decided to play the Social2Business on an airplane between Milan and Barcelona. So 52 entrepreneurs came to Milan. We had some workshops and speed days between Spanish and Italian entrepreneurs. And at 9 p.m. we took a flight, 52 Italian entrepreneurs, 52 Italian Spanish entrepreneurs, and we flew all the way to Barcelona. During the flight, we played some role games about startups. We were divided in teams, and we had to work on a new concept of startups. The game was rolled by the sponsors, Whaling, and the day later in Barcelona, we had to continue to work on our idea and to present the idea. The best ideas were received some prizes and some free flights from Whaling, and we matched. We shared a lot of ideas, contacts. We created a network with our Spanish colleagues. So what's next? I still can't say it. We had a meeting last week, but the idea is always to increase the level. I think you know that next year the Expo will be played in Milan, so we are working on something to play again together with Expo. And I just wanted to close with why Social2Business works and why gave us so much. First, we had a great team, because there were not only 4 entrepreneurs, but after that 50 entrepreneurs joined the group and are now working on a voluntary basis on Social2Business. Then our leader, Emiliano, which is a great person that shares a lot with us. And really important, it's a no-profit event. You know, when you put money in something, some event, you can have some problems, and while everyone is working on a voluntary basis without gaining anything, if not the passion, the energy, and the network that creates. Last, this event is at zero cost, because we found, finding the right partners, it can be Whaling, first year was Samsung, many sponsors have willing to create good events for entrepreneurs and are willing to give money to have a good image about what they are doing for enterprises.
It's very impressive. Congratulations again. I don't want to think what's the next step after NERD, so basically like that, but we can wait. So thank you very much. Is there any question for this session?